Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm Shreya Dhoundial. It is good to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, you know this. We live in the world of curated outrage. In a world where binary narratives are so forcefully argued that common sense and basic humanity just fall through the cracks. We outrage about a Hindu man lynched by a murderous, hate-filled mob in Bangladesh, like we should. Majoritarian violence is a curse anywhere in the world. But why is it that there is no outrage when a Hindu man is lynched in his own country by his own countrymen because they think he's a Bangladeshi? Ladies and gentlemen, look at the irony. A day before Deepu Chandra Das was beaten, hung to a tree and burnt by a crazed Islamist mob in Bangladesh, a similar hate-fueled brutality had already played out in India. In Palakkad, in Kerala, a man from Chhattisgarh, a 31-year-old, looking for a job, was caught by a mob, accused of being a Bangladeshi, and beaten up so badly that he had 82 wounds on his body. Ladies and gentlemen, think about it. This is a father of two. This is a 31-year-old. 82 wounds. The doctor in Palakkad who did his postmortem said he had never come across such brutality before, where not even a single body part was spared. Ram Narayan, you'll see the video, kept trying to tell the mob he was Indian, that his sister lived in the very village where he was being beaten up. But ladies and gentlemen, a mob doesn't see or hear. They just kept saying, "Are you Bangladeshi?" And then when he said no, they insisted, "No, you are Bangladeshi," and simply kept assaulting him. They kept assaulting him, beating him with rods and sticks and kicks till he died. This mob murder was filmed on a mobile phone. And then, ladies and gentlemen, it was circulated as a boast. What you're about to see is not just evidence that will prove a murder eventually. It is also evidence that proves just how dangerous, divisive politics and narratives have become. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at how Ram Narayan from Chhattisgarh was lynched by his own countrymen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is God's own country, the most literate state in the country, a state that prides itself in being progressive, in being secular, and in being civilized. This is a migrant state. Almost everyone in Kerala, able-bodied, migrates out for work. And look what they did to a migrant who had come into their state to work. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 men have been arrested for this public execution. Murali, Prasad, Anu, Bipin, and Anandan. 4 out of them, according to police sources, are BJP supporters. But these very police sources aren't willing to step out and say this on record. Question is why? The left-run Kerala government, though, is pulling no punches and has accused the Sangh's hate-filled politics of fueling this attack. The BJP says, you failed. Law and order is under you, so don't put the blame on us.
He is a victim of politics of hate propagated by Sangh Parivar throughout the country. 5 people have been arrested and 4 are संघ परिवार एक्टिविस्ट.
अपनी कानून व्यवस्था की नाकामी को स्वीकारने के बदले, अपनी टोटल फेलियर और इनकॉम्पिटेंस को स्वीकारने के बदले, वो फिर से अब डी से किसी और पर दोष डालो और डाइवर्ट करो, इसमें लगे हुए हैं. ये इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइज्ड वायलेंस का जो मामला है, ये लेफ्ट का चरित्र है.
There's been Pehlu Khan, Akhlaq Khan, Kanhaiya Taylor, and now this Dalit labor from Chhattisgarh in Kerala. So these are examples of a kind of polarizing politics that the BJP indulges into.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard from the politicians like you do every evening. A mic was put in front of them and therefore they have given these very convenient sound bites. My question is, why is there no collective outrage over the killing of Ram Narayan like there was an outrage over the killing of Deepu Das? That is where the danger, ladies and gentlemen, of binary narratives lie. The fact is that Ramnarayan's death doesn't fit into any narrative. for the, for the pseudo-seculars. This was a Hindu man who was, after all, killed, not a Muslim man. So their outrage, well, it is quiet, sitting in their drawing rooms. What about the extreme right? It was a Hindu man killed by a Hindu mob. Doesn't fit into their politics. So what's the point of outraging about it? Ladies and gentlemen, please be mindful and watchful of what you hear and see from your politicians. Don't fall into their trap. Charu Pragya, my spokesperson for the BJP, joining us this evening. Charu, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Mithun Vijay Kumar is a political analyst. He's joining us on the broadcast. Good evening, Mithun. Dr. Akashdeep Muni is a political analyst. Thank you, Dr. Akashdeep Muni. And Kevin Matthews is a political analyst. He's joining us on the broadcast as well. It is very interesting that the Congress didn't want to send a spokesperson on the show. And the left, well, they say they don't have any spokespersons to send to television studios. So when there are inconvenient questions that need to be asked, people don't want to send their representatives to answer those questions. But Kevin Matthews, can I ask you why on earth the Kerala government officially on record is now blaming the RSS, saying that of the 5 men arrested, at least 4 are from the BJP, and it is the Sangh's hate-fueled, polarized politics that has led to the killing of Ram Narayan? Why blame the Sangh when there is no proof?
Shreya, let me first start with this. What has happened makes my blood boil. And today it disheartens me to the point to say this, wherein I would say that Rakshasas killed Ram. And yes, see, the culprits have been arrested.
Correct.
They should be taken to justice. I think I don't belong to the left, but the chief minister has come out and said that Ram will have his justice. Yes, but today my blood boils. And yes, today at this juncture, I don't even want to bring in the politics here, Shreya. But let me.
The left is blaming the Sangh's politics for what has happened to Ram Narayan.
Yes,
I mean, how on earth is the left blaming the Sangh? Is the Sangh the political party that is governing Kerala?
No, and the state missionary will take cognizance. The state missionary has already arrested.
This is like the police in Hindi films.
It will bring.
They arrive on the scene of the crime once the murder has happened.
Shreya ma'am, no missionary can predict murder. This happened in a pocket, but this person will get his justice. But let me tell you this. Today, so now the question is, you talked about prevention. The question today we should answer is how we can prevent this. And that is where, like the lynchings that is happening everywhere in North India, now mind you, this is the second time in India. In Kerala, we had Madhu long time back.
Correct.
Yes, and yes. So basically, when you look at these incidents, this comes as a trickling down effect of the lynchings that go unaddressed. So this thing today is the left, the right, and the center, the left, the Congress, the BJP, and the LDF. Everything should be every government.
The fact is, Mr. Matthew, the fact is that the family of Ram Narayan is refusing to accept his body because they don't even know why the man was killed. He's an Indian citizen. He's 31 years old. He's a father of 2. He was looking for a job. He kept saying he's not Bangladeshi. He kept saying he's not Bangladeshi. My point is, even if he was Bangladeshi, Charu Pragya, even if he was Bangladeshi, is this what should have happened to him?
No, absolutely not. And good evening, Shreya. Let me begin by first acknowledging what you said at the beginning of the debate, that Congress and CPIM both refuse to be a part of this debate, while they are the ones who are pointing fingers at Bharatiya Janata Party and the ideology of the Sangh. So it's ironic, really, that they are the ones who do not want to face a debate when they are the ones who are raising the questions. I wholeheartedly mourn the loss of life in Kerala, wholeheartedly. And incidents such as that, killing as horrific as that, should not go unnoticed, undiscussed, and thank you for debating it. At the same time, one isolated criminal incident you're linking to an ideology followed by crores of Indians, crores and crores of Indians. And I'm not even talking about the membership of Bharatiya Janata Party right now, because the membership of my party alone is over 10 crore people. And the people who follow that ideology would be in dozens and dozens of crores. So it's actually dishonoring the death of Ram in Kerala when the politicians have this knee-jerk reaction and they rush to blame the BJP RSS ideology instead of figuring out what went wrong. And if their thought process was correct, what is the ideology which was behind the lynching at Palakkad? Which was behind what is happening at Sambalpur, which is what happened to Rinku Sharma, Deepu Das, Ankit Sharma, Kamlesh Tiwari, Kanhaiya Lal, Umesh Kole, Ramalingam, Ratan Lal, Subodh Kumar Singh, Kashmiri Pandits in Kashmir. So I am sorry. These incidents you can still tie up with one basic threat and one basic war cry. But what happened
Charu,
in Kerala,
are you telling me
politicizing something which one should have been investigated to? All these are rumors.
Charu, are you telling me, Charu, do you actually honestly believe that this is just a case of law and order? That this is nothing to do with ideology, this has nothing to do with narrative, this is nothing to do with Hindu, Muslim. This is just, you know, law and order issue hai ye. Ho gayi mob lynching.
Yeah.
Because mob lynching is never a law and order issue. In this case, it was not a law and order issue. In this case, it was a group of people feeling that here is a Bangladeshi and he should be killed. Now, someone is feeding that to them, right? Someone is brainwashing them.
So, okay, here is what I want to say. One, again, I want to emphatically say this. One incident carried out by criminals, and BJP has never sided with criminals. Whoever you are, if you are a criminal, law is going to take its own course. The rule of law remains the same no matter who you are in this country. You can be a member of any political party and you can call yourself whoever you like, but at the end of the day, if you're a criminal, you will be treated as such. The other thing is,
BJP,
you know, this
BJP
politics of hate that we have constantly.
Kevin, just a minute. I'll come to you. Kevin, just a minute.
Politics of appeasement that we have constantly discussed. When we are pointing fingers at a lot of opposition parties and telling them that their entire identity is based on dividing India, appeasing certain communities, and at the same time, we are talking about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. We are working for Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas.
Okay,
that is
but
why we managed to be in India.
No, but when the BJP keeps quiet on the killing of Ram Narayan, even that is appeasement, Charu.
No, who's quiet? I'm on your
Of course. We are talking about it today on a Monday.
I am officially...
When Ram Narayan's lynching had happened on Wednesday.
And
on Thursday, Deepu Chandra is lynched in Bangladesh by a crazed Islamist mob and people in India go crazy. No one says a word about this poor man. Anyway, Kevin, you wanted to come in and say something?
Yes, Shreya. See, one thing, when Charu says BJP is a party that is not this is a party that has garlanded rapists and gave an MP seat to Pragya Thakur, who symbolically showed Gandhiji, the father of the nation. So, ma'am, please don't give me that. Well, the writing on the wall is very clear. Rakshasas killed Ram today. It's a sad state for Ram Rajya, as you try to call it, or India as a country, as I love to call it.
Link it to the ideology of crores of people. And I'm asking you this question again. What was the ideology that killed all the other people that I...
No, what was the ideology that killed Kanhaiya, the tailor? That's what I'm saying. The binaries are so strongly entrenched that we fail to see reason and logic. The man is telling this crowd, just see the video. It shakes your conscience, you know. The man is saying, he's half dead. He's saying, my sister lives in this village. He's saying, no, I'm not a Bangladeshi. And yet he's being beaten like he's committed some crime. And even if he's a Bangladeshi, is this how you will treat them? बार-बार घुसपैठिया, घुसपैठिया, घुसपैठिया बोलिए, निकालिए जितने घुसपैठिया हैं. Even I don't want illegal immigrants in this country. Our resources are stretched. But even if an illegal immigrant manages to come into this country, you cannot lynch the person, na? Then how are we better than Bangladesh? Anyhow, Akashdeep Mune, I'm going to ask you this very simple question. The left has decided it is not going to represent itself in any public forum because they don't have answers. Their ministers have just issued statements saying this is Sangh's hate ideology that has triggered the incident. Are, the Sangh is not the one that is in charge in Kerala, no? It is the left government that is in charge in Kerala. What are you doing?
Now, that is why the criminals are arrested. But the moot point is that 4 out of 5, Anu, Prasad, Murli, Anandam and Vipin, who committed this crime are active RSS volunteers and BJP workers. Now, Charu can say that.
Akashdeep Puni, you are saying it.
1 minute.
Police sources have told my reporter the same thing. I want to ask you, why is the police not on record to say it? Are you setting a narrative as well? अरे सच है तो सामने आके बोलिए ना.
Let me tell you. ये सच ये है कि ना कि ये सारे इनमें से 4 में से 5 में से 4 ये आरएसएस और बीजेपी वॉलंटियर्स है. और आप मुझे पूछेंगे, चारू बोलेंगे कि ना कि भाई हमारे पास तो इतने करोड़ वॉलंटियर्स है, उसमें से किसी ने क्राइम कर दिया तो हम क्या करें? लेट मी टेल यू, आप फुएल करते हैं ये क्रिमिनल.
एक मिनट चारू 1 मिनट. Let's hear what Akashdeep is saying, then you can respond.
मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कैसे ये लोग फुएल करते हैं. नीतीश राणे, बीजेपी एमएलए फ्रॉम महाराष्ट्र, says on quote, we will kill them one by one, referring to Bangladeshi Muslims. To protect our religion, we can pick up swords. Once we get in the field, no one will be able to stop. नीतीश राणे तो आपकी पार्टी में एमएलए भी है, उनके अगेंस्ट में एफआईआर चालू करोगी या नहीं करोगी? नहीं करोगी तो माफी मांगो आज यहाँ पे. मिथुन चक्रवर्ती, राज्यसभा एमपी, he says in a rally in front of Amit Shah, वो बोलता है, we will cut you down and throw your corpses at our lands, not in river. We will bury you. माफी मांगो. अमित शाह उनके अगेंस्ट में एफआईआर किया कि नहीं किया? मिथुन चक्रवर्ती के अगेंस्ट में नहीं किया, क्योंकि आपका आइडियोलॉजी बोलता है कि नहीं काट देना चाहिए. ये आपकी आइडियोलॉजी. गौतम कांजी रावरिया, VHP and Bajrang Dal leader, RSS affiliate, still in party. He says that we will pluck you. We will pluck your eyes. He is telling to Muslim men, we'll pluck your eyes and cut your hands. आप काटने की बात कर रहे हो और आप चारू बोलेगी कि ना कि मैं एफआईआर नहीं करूंगी.
चारू को बोलने दीजिए खुद. Don't put words in her mouth. Let her speak for herself. Akashdeep, go ahead, Charu.
So, okay, first of all, isn't it so sad, in fact, downright abhorrent that even on an issue such as this, Mr. Muni wants to do this drama of saying, ye maafi mangega, wo maafi mangega, without acknowledging two very important facts. And I'm only going to speak facts here. Did Mr. Muni go to Palakkad and do the investigation himself? So he knows the background of everyone. Because the police has not made this statement, Mr. Muni. So if you're going to sit on national television on Shreya's show and spread hate, I'm going to call you out for it. In fact, I'm going to request the anchor also to call out your spreading of hate, because if the police has not acknowledged it, how do you know? Unless आप सच्ची में पलक्कड़ में बैठकर कोई underground investigation conduct कर आए हो यहाँ पर. Otherwise, you take your words back. I am absolutely not going to allow you to spread hate over the body of a person who was horrifically lynched, and that is a criminal incident treated as such. The second thing is, I specifically asked you, आप ideologies की बात कर रहे हैं, किसकी आइडियोलॉजी है जो ये कहता है कि किल, कन्वर्ट और मेक देम फ्ली? किसकी आइडियोलॉजी है जिसकी वजह से हमारे देश में डेमोग्राफिक्स बदले हैं इन स्टेट्स? आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट कश्मीर, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट संबलपुर. सो प्लीज आप आइडियोलॉजीज की यहाँ पर बैठकर बात नहीं करिए. जो प्रॉब्लम है उसको आप सॉल्व करना चाहते हैं तो आप बात करिए. आई डोंट थिंक यू वांट टू सॉल्व दैट.
The problem is only getting worse. When I hear all of you, I realize the problem is only getting worse.
Supporting Nupur Sharma. He was beheaded. I didn't hear any of them
Mithun,
speak out.
to my mind, when I hear all of you, as a citizen, I feel the problem is only going to get worse. And I shudder and I fear where we are headed. Mithun?
Shreya ji, first of all, I would like to tell Akashdeep that, he knows that 4 out of the 5 people have links with BJP. But he is conveniently ignoring that there is one more person who has links with CITU. He was a former member of CITU. So it's a very painful incident, and it's even more painful to see that the family of the victim is refusing to accept his body. You know why? Because they do not trust the Kerala police. They do not trust this government. They are standing there hundreds of miles from home, demanding that the SCST Atrocities Act be invoked, because they know that in Kerala, under this LDF regime, justice for Dalit is an exception, not the rule. And now, CPIM and Minister MB Rajesh especially, they are saying that, the mob called the victim Bangladeshi. So this is Sang's racial poison. His statement speaks volumes of how CPIM hides its own administrative failure. And who controls the police in Palakkad? It's a CPIM government in Kerala. Who has allowed a culture of, vigilante justice to fester in Walayar? CPIM. So CPIM should tell why the mob felt safe enough to kill. The mob didn't kill Ram Narayan Bagel because of any speech. They killed him because they knew the Kerala police would arrive late, like how you see in the movies, in Malayalam movies. They killed him because they saw what happened in the Madhu case, where the trial was dragged for 5 years and witnesses were bought off. They killed him because they saw the Rajesh Manji case in Malappuram, where a Mahadalit was tortured for 2 hours and the state just moved on.
Mithun, they also probably saw what is happening in Uttar Pradesh in the Akhlaq case, where the UP government has now officially moved to withdraw cases against his killers.
In such cases, there is no politics strategy. Whoever is the accused, whoever is the culprit, they should be brought to justice. I am not saying that, this government or that government. I am raising this point because the Kerala government especially wants to politicize this incident. Because in Kerala the Kerala model has become a killing field. So that's the problem. That is the issue. And the irony is that Kerala has passed a resolution in Assembly in July 2019. And the Chief Minister lectured the entire nation.
What will you say? What will you say if the Kerala police officially steps out? Right now, they are only speaking via sources. They have said the same thing to my reporter. But what if the Kerala police this evening or tomorrow does a press conference and says that out of the 5 men, 4 men are BJP workers and active RSS supporters? What will you say then? Will you then say that this killing is linked to an ideology or not? I'm asking you.
They should be punished. Whoever it is, BJP, RSS, CPIM, CITU, I don't care. They should be punished. Whoever has done this crime should be punished. Why are we even politicizing this issue? It's an issue that
we are talking about the issue, but I don't think anyone is politicizing this issue simply because this issue doesn't suit anyone's politics. It doesn't suit the politics of the pseudo-seculars. It doesn't suit the politics of the extreme right. I've just pointed out to our viewers why.
I heard MB Rajesh, painting it in the saying that this is entirely a plan of RSS. But who is bringing in politics here? The common citizen of Kerala, the normal people, they want justice to be delivered. They want justice for the family of Ram Narayan Bagel. That's what we want.
Akashdeep Muni, I'll give you the last word. We'll wrap this discussion.
Shreya, can I come in for a moment?
Okay, Kevin Matthew, okay. Akashdeep, 1 minute. Kevin, please go.
Shreya, so the left and the Congress has not come here for this debate. Let us call them guilty as such. And then today, my question to Charu Pragya, and thank you, Mithun, for saying that this is, but my question to Charu Pragya is, Charu, can you promise me this, that if these people turn out to be RSS people, because anyway, the police have at least told your reporters, can you promise that your party will not protect them and will not garland? Just give me that promise, Charu.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I assure
denounce
you
these people. Denounce these Rakshasas.
And I have said it categorically, even before you asked me this question. I started
Charu,
out
denounce this. Denounce this. Tell today the national people of the nation that this is not the politics.
Let me just tell the nation a truth about our legal political system. Do you know where Akhlaq's killers are right now? Out on bail. Do you know where Kanhaiya Kumar's killers are right now? Out on bail. No, so we've seen people being arrested. They will be out on bail irrespective of whether the government is left, right or center. Akashdeep Muni, you wanted to come in?
Yes. Charu ji, Nawab Singh ji जो MLA है बीजेपी के, उन्होंने बोला कि अखलाक को जिसने मारा है वो इनोसेंट किड्स हैं, उनको बरी कर देना चाहिए. और मैं बहुत सारे नाम बता सकता हूं उनके खिलाफ. आपके खुद के पार्टी के लोग, आपके खुद की सरकार बोलती है कि ना कि अखलाक के मर्डरर्स को रिलीज कर देना चाहिए. और आज आप बात कर रही है लॉजिक की, आप बात कर रही है कि ना कि नहीं हम ऐसा नहीं करेंगे अगर ये केरला इंसिडेंट हो जाए. ये कैसा हिपोक्रेसी है? ये क्यों कर रहे हो?
You know, the point is the lynching has happened in Kerala. And that makes the government of Kerala liable. It's easy for them to blame a particular ideology. It may be the case, it may not be the case. We still do not know. At least as far as surety is concerned, we still are not sure if actually out of the 5 men arrested, 4 belong to the BJP and have close links with the RSS or not. If that emerges to be true, of course, the discussion will take another turn. But for the moment, I'm just going to ask my viewers to think about this. Think about why when an Indian man is lynched in his own country by his own countrymen, there has been no outrage for the last 5 days, while a Hindu man, a Bangladeshi who was lynched in Bangladesh by an Islamist mob, there is complete outrage. The government step in, the VHP wants to do a protest rally. There are tweet after tweet by political parties. Why the difference? Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. You are voters, you're smart enough. You've heard all the politicians. Thank you very much. Akashdeep Muni for joining us. Thank you. Charu Pragya for joining us. Mithun Vijay Kumar, thank you for being on the show. And Kevin Matthews, thank you for being on the show as well. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, a break. There's more on the other side. Do stay with us.